Hey, Capital Creative Showcase, what's up? I'm Issac Smith. I'm a game composer and sound designer with Just Ice Cold Creative Group. For my Microtalk, I'm going to walk you through Bfxr, a free open source 8-bit sound effect tool. You might be thinking, okay, it's 2020, who still uses 8-bit sound effects? I thought I'd start off by showing you a couple of examples of pretty popular games that use them creatively. The first is Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight. Okay, so maybe some of you haven't heard of that game, but I guarantee most of you have seen this one. Both Momodora and Shovel Knight primarily use 8-bit sound effects to help with their iconic nostalgic feel. Plus, by the end of this talk, you'll realize that they're not actually that hard to create. Okay, let's get to it. Here's the UI of Bfxr. It's not exactly as fancy as some other audio creation programs. Bfxr is the child of an earlier program called Sfxr, but Bfxr itself is still pretty old. It's so old when you download the freestanding program from their site, they include a Flash version. Ah, the good old days. On the upper left, you can see 9 buttons. The top 7 are sort of presets for typical kinds of 8-bit sounds. You have Pick Up Coin, Laser Shoot, Explosion, Power Up, Hit Hurt, Jump, and Blip Select. Randomize does what it says. It sets all the sliders to random values, and you can get some pretty cool stuff from it. Okay, that was cooler than usual. Mutate takes your existing setting and wiggles some of the sliders a little bit. It helps when you're trying to get exactly the sound you want. It's also great when you're pressed for time. No, 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 no. Sure. Even though you have a great prefab option at your disposal, understanding the main body of Bfxr can let you have a lot more control over your sounds, and you can create really cool, unique sounds that the presets won't explore. Up at the top, you have 12 waveforms. If you're only going for classic 8-bit sounds, you'll only want to use triangle, sine, square, saw, and white noise. You can mouse over the others to see their tooltips, but they're just more complex waveforms and I won't be talking about them here. Let's start with white noise, which is used for a lot of hit and explosion effects. These top 4 sliders affect the shape of the sound's volume or amplitude. Attack is the time the sound spends getting to full volume, sustain is the time spent at full volume, punch adds the hit to the front of the sound, and decay is the time spent going from full volume to silence. Things with a short attack sound more like impacts. Sounds with a longer attack and decay can sound more like wind or ocean waves. Compression affects the distance between the loudest and softest volume of your sound. No compression gives you a nice swell sound, whereas full compression destroys that almost completely. The next 6 sliders all affect the pitch or frequency of your sound. Since we're working with white noise, it won't be that noticeable when I change the frequency. That's because white noise is made up of all frequencies at the same volume. Let's change to something with a definite pitch. Frequency just dictates how high or low the sound is. Frequency cutoff is the point when the frequency slide stops. Frequency slide moves the sound up or down at a specific speed. Delta slide is the change in frequency slide speed. If the slide is negative and the delta is positive, it'll go down and then turn around to slide up. Vibrato speed and depth add a wobble effect to the sound. It's really useful for sci-fi sound effects in particular. I'm not really going to talk about harmonics because you don't find them in true 8-bit sounds. They affect the brightness of the sounds, and you can use them to create bell-like tones if you want. Okay, let's talk about pitch jumping. These next 5 sliders create some pretty iconic wobbly sound effects that you'll immediately recognize. Pitch jump is the amount of the size of the leap, and pitch jump onset affects how much time is spent on the upper note versus the lower. You even have 2 of them for extra fun. Pitch jump repeat speed does exactly what it says, makes it faster or slower. Fast repeat speeds get you those cool wobbly effects. You can also make the pitch go down. From square duty on down, you don't have much that's used in 8-bit effects, so I won't go over them. One exception is the repeat speed, which starts a note over until it finishes decaying. Let me create an iconic sound using this one. Just a second. You see where I'm going. There you go, a pretty good imitation of the Mega Man death sound. Sorry for bringing back traumatic memories, everyone. The last thing I want to show you is the mixer. You can combine any sounds you've created and saved to make really neat layered SFX that still have a distinct 8-bit flavor. Just load them up, create a new sound out of something different, and add it to your mixer. Cool. There's a lot more I could go into about Bfxr and its capabilities, but with the info contained in this talk, you're now probably capable of exploring the rest of it on your own. Here's a link to Bfxr's site, as well as my website info and email, should you have any questions or just want to get in contact. I love hearing from people, and I'm always available to talk. Good luck making your own crazy cool sound effects. I look forward to seeing what you guys create with your newfound sound design powers. See you later.